everybody, how's it going? So I had a few technical difficulties here. I thought I was live and I wasn't. I go on vacation and I forget how to do streaming apparently. So happy to be back. I was on vacation a bit, and I know this was kind of an impromptu video, but I just wanted to pop in and say hello. So hey, Biddy, I see Biddy and Pam are in the house. Hey, ladies. So yeah, usually I stream on Sunday afternoons, but we took a little mini vacation and we headed to Florida. We were in Key West for about, I don't know, gosh, about 4 days, I guess, to celebrate my son's 25th birthday. And we got stuck there. So we were supposed to come back on Saturday night, and they canceled our flight. So of course, that happens, right? So we're trying to find a flight home on Saturday night, and come to find out, there's no flights leaving Key West until Tuesday. Now, while I would have loved to stay in Key West till Tuesday, that kind of would have been a little bit expensive, and I don't know if my boss would have appreciated that. So, yeah, we had to rent a car, drive down to Miami, spend the night, and then fly out on Sunday. So a little bit of excitement trying to get home, but we had a really good time. Um, and yeah, I mean, so Pam saying I'm in trouble for not inviting you guys to the warm weather. Yeah, it was really nice. And it was in the mid 70s. Wonderful food. We rented scooters. We've been there a few times, and we rented scooters. And then on one of the nights, we did a sunset booze cruise, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a good time. Just a little bit hectic trying to get home. But so I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, just because I haven't talked to y'all in a while. Uh, First couple of days back were exhausting just because of the time change. But I'm kind of reacclimating to the time now. And I'm excited to share with you a new product I'm very excited about. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably been seeing I've been doing some shares, but I have a new product that I'm excited to share with you. So let me go ahead and transition down, and we can take a look at what I am so giddy about. All right. Let's see. So camera overhead. Boy, you go on vacation, you forget how to do everything, it seems like. Okay. All right, ladies. So this is what I'm so excited about is my new stencils. So I saw your new release is out. Yes, Biddy. Yes, my new release is out. My digital kit, and it is millinery and fine and fancy goods. And I'm going to do some more videos. I have one video out there. I plan on doing some more, just trying to get reacclimated after coming back from vacation. And as you can see, my throat is a little bit hoarse. I don't know why. Maybe too many pina coladas. So Cordelia, hey, nice to see you, Cordelia. Um, but yeah, my voice is a little bit hoarse, so I apologize for that. But yeah, my new digital kit is out, and it's very pretty. Hopefully you guys have checked it out. I plan on doing a few more videos, but check out my videos because I do have some videos out on that kit. But what I'm here to share with you today is my new stencils. So let me go ahead and show you what I got here. So this stencil here, and these are all in my shop. I'm going to be having stencils in my shop now, and trying to expand out from not just having digital, but having more physical items too. Um, so as I progress, I might have more and more physical items. So this little baby here is called Random Hearts, and that's really what it is just different size hearts, kind of scattered around, and that's really what I was looking for. I wanted to be able to create some backgrounds, and there's stencils out there. I know there's lots of stencils out there, but I wanted to create what I create with, and then I'll just add them to the shop. So a lot of the stencils you're going to be seeing from me are things that I would be looking for, things that I want, and because I'm designing them, I can make whatever I want, which is the way that I like it. Because as I've told you before, I'm my best customer. So this one is called Random Hearts. And then I also wanted a stencil that has small hearts. So this one kind of has it's a little kind of a funky heart, but they're just all uniform to create a real simple background. So I have the larger hearts and then I have the smaller hearts. And then with Valentine's Day coming up, I thought these would be perfect. But I mean, hearts can be used for any occasion, right? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be Valentine's Day. And again, I apologize for my voice. Too much partying over the last few days, I guess, because now my voice is going hoarse. But while we're creeping up on Valentine's Day here, hearts are great for any time of the year, I think. So I wasn't too sad about that. And then, yeah, Cordelia, the teeny tiny hearts are very cute. I don't know if you can see, they're a little bit wonky. They're not uniform like this one, so they're a little bit off, and they're really sweet. And then this last one that I made is Shamrocks, because of course, you know, we have St. Patrick's Day coming up, and who doesn't like to have a good shamrock, right? So these are the first 3 stencils that I've designed and are in my shop now. So very excited. If I had a little horn, I'd toot my horn here because this is new for me, and I'm very excited about being able to create them not only for myself but for you guys too. And what's nice about this is you guys have a direct link to me. So if there's anything that you would like to see me create as far as stencils or designs, just let me know and I'll see if I can come up with something like that. So you guys have a direct link, and I always want to hear your ideas as well. So let me show you what I've made, and then we'll put together a quick card. So Cordelia, you mentioned the teeny tiny hearts. So this is the background for the teeny tiny hearts. And isn't it sweet? I mean, they're so little and they're so small. And I created these hearts using grit paste. So it has some texture, but it just creates a nice uniform background. And then I added my die cut here. And then I added a little washi tape here to be able to add my black and white, black and gold actually sentiment. So very simple. And I did that with grit paste. And that was with my tiny hearts. And then the next one I did was random hearts. So on random hearts, I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of lift. And for these, I used this metallic texture paste. So it has a little bit of a shine, which is kind of fun, right? This is what I want to create today for you, because I want to kind of show you a trick that I do when I'm working with stencils and paints. Because sometimes, you know, when we're working with stencils and paint, the paint will run through. I don't know if you can see that. So I was playing earlier, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a video, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that problem sometimes, that has the paint drip through the bottom of the stencil, right? So I want to kind of show you how I get past that and how I am able to create perfect hearts. And I love these hearts. They have some lift. The paint is a little bit thick, so it's raised a little bit, and of course it's shiny. And then I'll show you how I did the little mark here too. That's just off of a marker. So that is random hearts. And then my last card here are my Shamrocks. And this one I went a little bit grungy. I did Lucky Clover for my ink on this one, and then I used the leftover ink. You know, when you're stenciling and you get ink on, you know, on the outside of your stencil. Well, I used that. I just spritzed it, and then I dabbed my card just to get a little bit of grunginess, because I didn't want to waste the ink. And that's how I was able to accomplish that background. And then I use my little characters. So this is Clover's. So three stencils, lots of fun. And yeah, so they're in my shop now. If you guys like stencils and need any random hearts or tiny hearts or clovers, and very reasonable. I'm not one to gouge with prices, and I don't have to go through a manufacturer. I do all of my own designing, and I do all of my own cutting, so I don't have to tack on extra manufacturer costs to you guys. So I try to keep them reasonable. And like I said, I create for myself, so I wanted all of these stencils for myself for creating, and now I'm able to offer them to you. So let me just talk to you a little bit about how I create these. So when I'm creating these and designing these, I always make templates, and I cut them out on paper so I don't waste my stencil. This isn't paper, I guess it's plastic. But now I have all these extra stencil templates, and I'm going to make some cards out of them. So not only can I create my stencils, but now I can create some paper with die cuts for my cards. So it was just a little extra bonus. But as you can see, I have several iterations here because I was kind of playing around, and I wanted it to be a certain size. So I wanted my stencils to be 4 1/4 by 8 because then they fit perfectly on 2 types of cards. So I had to play a little bit. And of course, I'm not going to throw away this wonderful paper. I'm going to make some fun cards out of them. So yeah, so a little extra bonus for myself. All right, so let's play a little bit. I thought I would play with the hearts because I really wanted to share with you when you're using paint or something textured, not so much with something that's a little bit thicker, but this was a little bit more runny. And I wanted to show you how I at least approach getting this to be a perfect stencil. So Cordelia, you missed the Shamrock card. So the Shamrock card is here. So this is my Shamrock card, and the way that I did this one was with my Lucky Clover. See, ask and you shall receive. And then with the leftover ink that was on the stencil, I spritz it, and then I added all the extra grunginess. So yeah, so that's how I made that one. So I plan on doing some more videos. I just wanted to do a live to introduce you to these. And then I thought we would make something. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I approach getting perfect hearts. Because if you have worked with, let's see, like a collage medium or anything that's somewhat watery, sometimes it gets underneath your stencil, right? I mean, you can definitely tape it down, but even sometimes when you tape it down, it can still sometimes sneak underneath there. So the way that I approach this is, and I am working on an oversized piece of paper here. I'll cut it down. So I use, what do I use? I use this. And the approach is takes a little bit longer, but I think if you don't want, you know, something to be messy, I mean, I'm all for grunge, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I just want it to be a certain way. So this is how I tackle that problem. So first of all, I tape it down. So I'm just using regular painter's tape. I know that there's all sorts of tape out there, but I'm just using regular painter's tape that I get in the hardware store. And just, I don't go crazy with the tape. I just want to make sure it doesn't move. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this metallic texture paste again, just because it's so pretty. I love how it shines, and it's just really pretty, really pretty. So the way that I approach this, is, now you can use a scraper, but I find if you are too aggressive, that's when it gets underneath, and I don't want it to go underneath. So I like this because it has this edge, and I can do it like toothpaste. So I just kind of scrape this off here, just like that. And then I'm very conscious about my application. So I put it on thick, kind of like icing a cake, I guess. You know, I know that some people like to be thin, but when I'm being this specific about my stencils, I like it a little bit thicker. It takes a little bit more time to dry, of course, but I'm fine with that because I like the results. And then I'm just really soft to the touch. I don't go crazy. And you don't have to be real thick, but I'm just real soft to the touch because I don't want the paint to go underneath the heart. And like I said, it's a little bit slower. I know some of us like to just come and scrape it all in, but when I'm trying to be careful, I can. Ordinarily, I don't care if I get grungy, but for this, I really wanted my hearts to not bleed. So I'm very conscientious about this. So yeah, talking about humidity. So I agree with you. You couldn't pay me to live in Florida in the summer. Key West in January and February is beautiful. But like anything else in the summer, it gets hot. So all the times that we've gone to Key West, we've always gone January, February. And of course, that's when the prices are the most expensive. But I don't like to sweat just by standing outside. You know, you walk outside and the humidity is awful. I lived in Phoenix for, gosh, 18 years maybe a little longer. And that's hot, but when we say it's a dry heat, it really is. You don't walk out and get drenched in the humidity, which is what you do in Florida. So yeah, no thank you. My company that I work for is in Florida, so I've been there in the summers, and it's not fun. All right, so as you can see, I am a little bit thick here, but I like it to be thick because then my image will be raised, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So I know this is taking a long time, but when I'm trying not to have my bleeding underneath my stencil, this is how I do it. Okay. I mean, the one bonus about them canceling our flight is that we were able to drive on the Key West Bridge. I've done that before, but my son had never done that. So that was a nice little treat for him. And then, you know, we were in Miami overnight, so we had to get, you know, Cuban sandwiches, of course. So it wasn't a total loss. We may do. All right. Okay, so now you can see I have it all covered. And at this point, you can scrape it. I wouldn't suggest going back and forth because that's when you get the ink underneath your stencil. like I said, I like it thick, so I'm not going to be doing a lot here. I'm going to leave it thick. All right, and then let's see. I didn't bring any papers. Let's see if this works. All right. See you later, Biddy. Thanks for dropping in. All right, so just pulling pulling off my tape here. Pretty good. So yeah, I mean, look at how perfect this is. So I had no bleeding underneath the stencil. They're perfect hearts, and just by taking my time, you know, with the stencil and putting it on, I was able to get perfect hearts. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, you know, do each heart or each image individually, because you have a little bit more control when you're adding paints or something that's a little bit more watery. If you're using inks, it's probably not that big of a deal. I mean, you can still get the bleeding underneath, but when the product that you're using is a little bit more moist or a little bit more wet, it's easier to bleed underneath that stencil. So that's how I do it. I use this palette knife because I can get my paint, you know, like I could just scrape it off, and then I have it on the back, and then I can control it a little bit more. So it works out well for me, and hopefully you guys can give that a try as well. So Julie just joined us. Hey Julie, how's it going? So that's how I do it with more moist paints. So let's go ahead and work with ink, and I'm gonna show you. Of course, you probably want to clean your stencils right away. I didn't bring any water, but I can clean it. It's not a big deal. Because this will dry, of course, but I can just use a scraper. It's not a big deal. All right, let me just find a place to put this. All right. And then when you are thicker with your paint, you gotta let it dry. So I did these earlier. Oh, and I said I would show you how I did these little white marks. But I let it dry for several hours. Probably didn't need that much, but I did anyway. And for the little white marks, I used Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used this, but it's great. I'll show you here. So it's kind of like a wet paint a little bit, but it's perfect to add the little white marks to make it look like, you know, a true heart, maybe with a little divot or something. But that's what I used to create the little white marks, is this Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. And I use this a lot for my art journals, and it works great. I have several colors in this. So Kelly's Creative Dreams joined us. Hi Kelly, how are you doing? We are playing with my new stencils, so glad to see you. And let me just show you a comparison here. So this is the one where it bled, and you can see where it kind of came underneath here, and that's because I did the whole scrape with my paint. And then this one is where I was a little bit more precise, and as you can see, I don't have any, well, I have a little bit there, but it's not bad, but I don't have any of that paint going underneath the stencil. So that worked out really well. All right, so let's go ahead and play with the Shamrock, because I want to show you what I mean about this grunge in the background. So again, when I'm doing stencils, I normally will always glue it down. Thanks for dropping in, Kelly. I appreciate that, for the thumbs up. And Julie, thanks so much also for dropping in and saying hello. I know everybody can't stay for the lives, but I appreciate you guys dropping in and saying hi. Sometimes we just want the info and we just can't hang out, and I get it, because I can't hang out too long tonight. One of the dishes that we made in Key West, or not made, that we ate in Key West, was this pasta veggie shrimp dish, and it was awesome. So of course we had to go get some pasta and shrimp and vegetables last night, and we sauteed it in olive oil and garlic, and we made our own, and it was wonderful. And we have some leftovers, so we're doing that again tonight. So yum, yum. All right, so do you guys use these? These are like finger daubers, and I think they're fun. They're great because you can either put it on your finger or you can just kind of use it with two. Typically, I use it like a pen, but I like these. I got all sorts of colors. I even was ambitious, and I was labeling them for a while, but you saw how far I got with that. But again, if you want to be a little bit more precise about your stenciling, again, hold it down. Don't come in here all crazy, and just dab a little bit. You know, it's when you start, you know, rubbing it is when it tends to go underneath the stencil. So if you just kind of dab it with purpose, of course, you should get a pretty good stencil. Susie, hi. Nice to see you. Yeah, I gotta go start dinner in just a minute here too. I just popped in for a quick hello. So Sunday is the Super Bowl, you guys, so I will not be doing a live on Sunday. If I can get my act together, maybe I'll do one Saturday. But that's why I wanted to kind of pop in and at least say hello, because I won't be doing a live on Sunday, and that'll be 2 Sundays in a row that I don't get to visit with you guys. Okay, so again, just this takes a little bit longer, and I know some of us may not have the patience, but if you want your background, you know, to be, and I say perfect, right? Perfect, where it's not dripping underneath. This is how I approach it. Some of you might just be saying, I don't have any time for this, Monica. This is not for me. Thanks, but no thanks. And I tend to be like that too. But sometimes I want to be a little bit precise. And there's nothing wrong with grunge. I mean, I'll be the first to make a grungy card. You guys know that about me. But sometimes for my stenciling, I don't want it to bleed underneath. So if you just take a little extra time, you can control that. But aren't these fun stencils, you guys? I'm actually pretty proud of them. I'm not a huge company. I'm me, myself, and I. And for me to be able to design and create my own product is kind of exciting for me. So yeah. All right, so wasn't that easy? I mean, it took no time at all. And let me show you my result here. So just kind of, and you don't have to be so careful when it's not wet. When it's wet, you don't want to be all pulling it up here. But when you're using ink, it works pretty well. So it works pretty good. I probably could have done a little bit better getting in between down here for the clovers, but not a big deal. And then all this extra ink here is what I created the grunge with. So let me show you how I did that. So I just did just a quick spritz to get some of that ink, and then I was so careful to not smudge, right? But now I'm going to smudge, and then I just take it and just grab some of that ink for the background. And some of you might be saying, oh, Monica, you just ruined the card, but I kind of like it. If you don't like the extra grunge, then don't spritz it. So that's kind of how I got the background. And I still have enough for another card. I mean, if I wanted to spritz this and add more without the shamrocks, I can do that as well. But now I have this really cute background, and I can, you know, cut it down. I can add little characters. In fact, maybe let's do that real quick. So let's cut this down. So I got these cute little characters sitting on my desk. Thanks for stopping by, Dee. And let's just cut this down really quickly here. So I'm going to mat it because that's what I usually do. Just trimming this down really quickly here. And then 1, 2. All right, so now that I've got this trimmed down, a little bit of ink there. All right, so now that I have this trimmed down, now I can mat it onto some cardstock. And I thought I had some green. Let me grab it real quick. All right, so I always have colored cardstock when I use these little things. So I got these from scrapbook.com a while ago, and I got like all the colors. I'm a little crazy. But now I have every color I need. So let me just trim this down a bit. And let's see. I had my glue. All right, now I have these little characters. On this particular one, I definitely went Irish theme, right? But let's use this cute little character here. So I want to do, trying to see what I have here. I don't want to cover up the background too much, but I want to do something here. Let me see. Maybe a green heart? Is that crazy? Green heart. It's not too crazy, right? Let's see. And that might be all right if I had a green heart. Is that an envious heart, maybe? I use a green heart? No. Just a little something to mat it. Let's see, how can I do this? Something really simple. Just for demonstration purposes. All right, so I've got these green tickets, so I'm going to just glue this down. And then I wanted to add, you know what, I need to add some brown here. And there's no brown on that. I need to get some ink. Let's see. Rusty hinge. All right. Just need a little bit. just to grunge it up a little bit, right? All right. So there's my green heart, and it's not green envy. It's green leprechaun, because we don't have an envious heart. All right. I think I might do another heart. Let's see. Is a green heart crazy, you guys? I don't think so. Hearts come in all colors, right? Okay. All right. There's another heart. How are we going to do this? Something like that, maybe? And then we'll have them down here. What do you guys think? Do you think that works? I like it. Probably not your most traditional Valentine card, but I like it. I mean, it doesn't have to be about tradition, right? It could be about just cuteness. All right, so put them down there. And then, of course, we need a little sentiment. Let's see. So I brought out this stamp set because it needs a little love. This is the Tim Holtz Tiny Text, and it's perfect for cards. Sometimes you want to stamp on a piece of paper. But let's see what I can figure out here. Maybe I can stamp a little love you in the heart. That would be cute, right? Green is jealous. What's envious, Pam? I was thinking green was with envy. Green with envy? Yeah, it's not a jealous heart. Green is jealous, you're right. Okay, so I think I want to just put a little love you right there. That should work, I think. Green can be a lot of things, right? Oh, that's cute. I like that. So that says love you. And then let's see if I can find another one that would work. All right, so that's upside down. In my heart, that would work. What else do I have here? Make a wish. I need something that's just a couple of words. Choose to shine. I think in my heart would work. So I'll do that. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so in my heart, oops, got a little bit of ink there. That's all right. We need a little imperfection, I guess, right? So yeah, so that's kind of it. And I just messed up that's all right. So this is what we just did, and I just put some paper on top of there. So as you can see, it's not completely dry, but I'm going to fill that in. I'll be able to fix that. But yeah, so here's just two examples of the two stencils. I didn't do anything with the mini stencils, but as you can see, they're lots of fun. So that's it, you guys. I don't want to keep you. I know everybody's doing dinner and it's got life going on. but I just did want to pop in and say hello and introduce you to my new stencils because I am very proud of them. I think they are very cute, and I plan on getting lots of use out of them myself. So if you guys are interested, these are in the shop now. And hopefully, now that I've figured out how to design and cut stencils, hopefully I'll have a few more for you guys. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciated you guys stopping in and saying hello. And remember, no live on Sunday, but if I can get my act together, maybe I'll do something on Saturday. All right, you guys, we will see you later.